Welcome back to another Lanxess Tech Talks on Swine Web with Dr. Gisele Ravagnani. Welcome back, Gisele.
Hi, Jim. Thank you for having us again.
Appreciate all your insights. Timely topic today. It's winter. What changes in biosecurity? It's probably a question you get a lot. I'm going to dive right into it there. Um, why is biosecurity especially important on swine farms during the winter months?
Yeah. So, Jim, well, winter conditions increase the risk of disease transmission. And I know we are talking about pigs, but um, we can think about ourselves, right? So, during winter, we get uh, the flu season and we have to get the flu shot. So, and why? Because during this season, there's increase of the risk of this transmission due to the cold temperatures, poor ventilation, and as well the longer survival of some pathogens in the environment. There are some pathogens they resist more when the temperature drops. So additionally, animals are often housed more closely together, which can accelerate the spread of these agents, these pathogens. Migratory animals as well. We know, for example, high path AI. It's we have more cases of bird flu during fall, winter. So when the temperature drops, because we have this behavior on migratory animals, right? And in these migratory animals, an increase of transport as well, activity also contributes to elevate, can accelerate, right, they spread. But there's also seasonal diseases, as I mentioned, for poultry, as the bird flu. But for example, swine, we have swine influenza virus, not just for birds or humans, but as well swine, PRRS, and for example, the PED virus survival. I was just looking for more data of the survival of some viruses that are important for swine, the swine industry. And for example, the PED virus, the survival on a manure slurry, it can be, this virus can survive for 28 days, even in very, very low temperatures, for example, 39 Fahrenheit or -4 Fahrenheit, that it's a very, very low, it's freezing conditions, right? The PRRS virus survival as well on a temperature of 32 degrees Fahrenheit. These viruses can survive for days or even weeks. So you have these type of viruses that stay longer on the surface. In the case of swine influenza, the survival or this increase when we get lower temperatures. For example, 32 degrees Fahrenheit, it can survive up to or more than 120, 200 days. But when the temperature is higher, this virus does not persist as long as on this environment. So saying that, we have to maintain these strict biosecurity protocols, of course, not only during winter, but especially during winter, because we have different behaviors on this survival of these viruses on the environment or on a surface as well. So it's very critical, and we have to prevent outbreaks, and of course, as always, protect our animals.
So it's great advice. Stay vigilant on all the seasonal variations and specifically as we're going into winter with the cold temperatures, Gisele, how do those cold temperatures affect the effectiveness of disinfectants on swine farms?
Yeah. So the cold temperatures can significantly reduce the efficacy of many disinfectants. Of course, we have different chemistries of disinfectants. Not all disinfectants, they have the same mode of action. And but of course, these cold temperatures can reduce. For example, quaternary ammonium compounds and glutaraldehyde. There are two different chemistries that are very popular on the swine industry, are less active in low temperatures and require longer contact times and maybe higher concentrations. And why I'm saying that, I know that in some other opportunities, I mentioned that when you choose a disinfectant, you have to pay attention on, of course, the chemistry, but also contact time, because, for example, if you use or apply disinfectant on a surface, and when the surface is dry, there's no disinfection activity anymore. So you may think you're using, for example, a product that during cold temperatures or during winter, you need to increase this contact time, for example, for 30 minutes or 40 minutes, an hour. And this surface is going to be dried in 20 minutes. So you're not going to achieve enough contact time to kill or eliminate that pathogens that are on that surface. And additionally, the freezing conditions can hinder proper surface coverage and penetration. So choosing the right disinfectant that is proven in cold conditions, for example, such some oxidizing chemistry, such Verconest, that is one of our the products in our portfolio. It ensures the reliable pathogen control and without needing to alter any protocols. For example, the Vercon formulation is not just a disinfectant, but the formulation itself, it's a blend of peroxygen compounds, surfactants, that is going to improve the contact time, organic acid as well, and inorganic buffer that oxidize proteins and also the cell components. And we also have for Vercon some efficacy data, in fact, that are available on our EPA label that shows that the product keeps active and you can use in low temperatures such as 32 Fahrenheit or 5 degrees Celsius. And you don't need to increase the contact time. The product's going to keep being effective in 10 minutes contact time and even in lower concentrations as well. So 1% or even 0.5% that we have these efficacies on our EPA label.
So great seasonal timely advice. Now, what disinfection best practices should swine farms follow during winter as part of their biosecurity strategy?
Yeah, that's a very good question and very interesting question as well, because I mean, we have to pay attention and follow all the steps when cleaning and disinfecting the surface, not just the barn, but for example, a truck, all these biosecurity measures. But during winter, so of course, the first of all is clean all the surface, because we have to remove the organic matter, because we know that this organic matter can reduce or interfere on the disinfectant mode of action. But here, there's another very important part, because as I mentioned at the beginning, not all the chemistries are going to behave at the same way during winter time. So we have to choose a disinfectant that has been proven effective in cold conditions. And well, how I'm going to know if the product that I'm using is effective? Can I always check the EPA label? On the EPA label, you see the efficacy claims and the temperature that product was approved according EPA guidelines as well. So always check the EPA label, and pay attention if you have to adjust the contact times, because of course that product is still active, but you need to increase the contact time or increase a little bit the dilution. So pay attention on these small but very important details. And of course, prioritize high risk areas such as transportation trailers, the loading ramps as well, boots. So pay attention on the boot path, equipment, and well, as well the terminal cleaning and disinfection process. So when you clean and disinfect all the barns. So this is, I mean, it doesn't change that much, but there are some important details that we have to pay attention when we are choosing a disinfectant or when we are using a disinfectant during winter.
And people can reach out to you anytime for support, Gisele.
Yes, yes, people can. We have a vercon.us website. We have more information regarding our products, our portfolio, and people can just email us as well. And it's going to be a pleasure to get all the inquiries, the questions. We have a number, a 800 number as well that people can call us. They're going to talk to me and ask their questions as well.
Well, Dr. Gisele Ravagnani, thanks for joining us on another Lanxess Tech Talks.
Thank you, Jim.